This is our 34th class of Mundakopanishad with Swami Ji. We studied chapter 2, section 2, mantra 1 in our previous class. I welcome everyone here. The last half hour, as usual, will be kept aside for questions with Swami Ji. This evening, Mrs. Anjali Ramesh will chant the first 3 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Shlokas. Anjali?
Yeah. Namaste. Namaste, Swamiji. Om Pathaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamṛtavarṣinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यास विशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनोभिर्व्यसेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So in our last satsanga, we had seen the second chapter, second khanda of the second mundaka, the first mantra. There it was said, āviḥ guhācarannāma mahatpadamatraitatsamarpitam ejatprāṇannimiṣacca yadetajjānatha sadasadvareṇyaṃ paraṃ vijñānādyadvariṣṭhaṃ prajānām. āviḥ, luminous or effulgent, saṃnihitaṃ, well seated or well hidden, we can say also. Well seated or well hidden. Guhācarannāma, guhācaram, moving in the cave or staying in the cave. What is that cave? Heart. Or the sequence of body and the parts of subtle body. So we are going inward from the gross body to the field of organs of action. Then from there to the senses of cognition. Then to the mind. Then to the intellect. So we are going to deeper and deeper parts. It is just like entering a cave. So it is said guhācaram, moving in the cave. Then mahatpadam, great. That is supporting everything. It is the substratum of everything. It is the base of everything. That is padam. Advaithashramam. So it is well residing here. How? Moving. Prāṇastadu, making other things move. Nimiṣacca, just like winking of the eyes. Oh, you please know this. Tries to know this. This is Sat. At the same time, this is Asat. That is both the manifest and unmanifest. The manifested universe and the unmanifested. All are this. And this is the highest. And that which is to be sought for, which is to be wished for. Vareṇyaṃ. And by realizing this, vijñānādyadvariṣṭhaṃ prajānām, the highest, prajānām, for the beings, by realizing this, the highest will be reached. So, in detail, we have seen that mantra. Now we are going to the second mantra. See? Yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu yasmiņllokā'nihitā lokinaśca tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma sa prāṇah tadu vāṅmanaḥ tadetatsatyaṃ tadamṛtaṃ tadveddhavyaṃ somya viddhi. yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu yasmiņllokā'nihitā lokinaśca tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma sa prāṇah tadu vāṅmanaḥ tadetatsatyaṃ tadamṛtaṃ tadveddhavyaṃ somya viddhi. yadarcimadyadaṇ. Yad, that which is. Yad means that which is. Archimad, luminous. In the earlier mantra also it is said āviḥ. Āviḥ. Now the same meaning is conveyed through another word, archimad. That which is effulgent, that which is luminous. And another meaning of archis is spark. When there is fire, from that fire, flames and spark will come out. Actually, flame is not different from fire. Sparks are not different from fire. It is the same. It is same as fire. But at the same time, we are seeing that. We are seeing flames are coming, or we are seeing sparks are coming. So with spark, that is archimad. But here we need not take that meaning. We can take as that which is luminous, that which is effulgent. Anubhyoṇu. Yad, that which is. Anubhyoṇu. Anu is the minutest particle or minutest part of a substance. Normally, by the term anu, we are meaning atoms. Anu is atom. Here we can take as to mean the minutest particle, that is that much subtle. That much subtle. Atom. Anubhyaha anu. Subtler than the subtlest. Smaller than the smallest. Minutest than the minutest. Anubhyo anu. And then it is said, yasmin, in which lokā'nihitā. Lokā'nihitā. All the words are nihitā. Well seated. Nihitā, well seated. Or we can say nihitā, well hidden. Well hidden. All the words are hidden in this anubhyo anu archimad. Or we can say all the words from the lowest to the highest are seated in this. Nihitā. Seated in this. That means this is the substratum of all words. And also, lokinaśca. Not only the words, but those who are living in the world, they also are seated in that. Lokaha, lokinaha cha. See, we will see the explanation, but let us see the meanings first. Tadetatakṣaraṃ. Tad means that, etat means this, akṣaram, imperishable. This is that imperishable This is that imperishable Brahma. This is that imperishable Brahma. This is the Akshara Brahma. And at the same time, Saha Prāṇaha. Saha means he. He is Prāṇa. Tad-u, that is vāṅmanaḥ. Vak and manas. Vak is speech, or it is the organ of speech. And manaḥ, the mind. Tadetatsatyaṃ. Tadetatsatyaṃ. This, that is the truth, is the reality. At the same time, tadamṛtaṃ, that is immortal. O somya, tadveddhavyaṃ viddhi. Viddhi means you understand. You know this. What? Tadveddhavyaṃ, that is veddhavyaṃ. Veddhavyaṃ means, the meaning of veddhavyaṃ is something which is to be struck by arrows, or something which is to be struck by bullets of a gun. So to be struck, that is something to be struck. What is the meaning of all this? See, we can look into this mantra from the beginning. First, what is the real nature of Brahman? It is discussed. So it is not something to be discussed, because the reality is above the realm of words and also the mind. It is above the realm of words and mind. Yato vacho nivartante. So says the Shruti. Aprapya manasa saha. Unable to reach there, all the words are coming back, retracing from that, along with the mind. That means once the mind and the speech, they went to Atma, they thought, I can understand this and I can explain this unto the world. With this thought, they went to the Atma, but then they realized, no, we cannot. It is not something which can be spoken of or which can be thought of. So they returned, unable to reach there. So it is said in the Upanishads, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So Brahma, the absolute reality, is not something which can be explained through words. We cannot make it a subject. We cannot objectify it. Still, out of pure love and compassion to the whole world, knowingly, our rishis explained, immensely they explained. See? Knowingly means they knew that this cannot be explained. This is not something to be explained. This is above the field of words. So I cannot explain this. Knowing this, they explain to the world. It is only out of love and compassion to the world. Let these people transcend the chains of ignorance. Let these people understand what is the reality. So with that compassion, they taught unto the world. And for that, they used many terms, many sounds, many mudras, that is symbols, many things. So here it is said, yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu, that which is luminous, that which is of the nature of effulgence. You think what it is. The whole universe is getting the light of that. It is giving the effulgence to whole phenomena. In the Upanishad and also in the Samhita portion of the Vedas, this mantra is being repeated. Yena suryastapati tejaseddhaha. Yena suryastapati tejaseddhaha. Surya, the sun, is always emitting light and heat. So Upanishad of the Veda is asking, who is making that? Who is giving that light and heat to the sun? What is the phenomenon by which it is emitting light and heat? So there is a power. There is a rule which is sustaining this universe. And because of that, all the universal phenomena are sustaining. So it is not simply light. Here, effulgence means not simply light. That which is giving light to the whole phenomena, by which everything else are existing. Yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu. And at the same time, it is anubhyoṇu. Anubhyaha anu. Smaller than the atom. It is the minutest. It is subtler than the subtlest. And see, here it is a anubhyoṇu. In some other places, Upanishad says, mahato mahiyan. It is bigger than the biggest. It is smaller than the smallest. If something is bigger than the biggest, it cannot be smaller than the smallest. And vice versa also. If it is smaller than the smallest, it cannot be bigger than the biggest. But Shruti exalts both at the same time. What is the meaning of that? It is above all forms. It is above all forms, formless. How we are viewing that? If we are considering it as small, It is smaller than the smallest. If you are considering it as big, it is bigger than the biggest. That is, it is above our normal conception. See, yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu yasmiņllokā'nihitā lokinaśca. Yasmin, in which lokaha lokinaha cha nihitaha, in which all the worlds and those beings which are living in this world are well residing, well seated. We are saying these worlds are. These worlds are existing. This earth is existing. And many layers of skies are there. And of course, there are many, many worlds which are underneath the world. All these are relative terms, you see. Above, below. All these terms are purely relative. Because basically, there cannot be below and above. For saying below and above, there must be some demarcating line. It is not there. Then what is above? What is below? Nothing. But still, in the relative world, we are saying so. So all the worlds, and so also those who are residing in the world, lokinaha, lokaha, lokinaha, lokaha, lokinaha, are nihitaha, well seated, or another meaning is hidden. See, this existence absolute is the substratum of all manifestations. When I am saying I am here, or somebody else says I am here, what is the base of all this? It is nothing but the existence absolute. Because of the existence absolute, we are existing. So, lokaha tatra nihitaha. So also lokinaha tatra nihitaha. All the worlds and those who are living in the worlds are staying in that absolute existence. Whenever we say, I am, or you are, just to think again and again, what is that which is giving this existence? By which I am here. What is that? So that is the subject matter of the Upanishads. So lokaha, lokinaha cha nihitaha. So this is the statement. First, the Acharya gave a hint to contemplate, how to think about it, how I can think the unthinkable. A hint is given. That is yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu. And then Acharya said, the Rishi said, This existence absolute is the substratum of all manifestations. All manifestations. That is said in this part, yasmiņllokā'nihitā lokinaśca. Then Rishi says, tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma. This imperishable is the Brahman. Lokaha and lokinaha. What is the nature of loka and lokinaha? They all are perishable. Everything and everybody that which have a birth, of course it will have a death. That which is formed will have to dissolve. So this is the nature of lokaha and also the lokinaha. All the worlds and those who are residing in the world. This is the nature. But the substratum in which all these are existing, this is imperishable, this is immortal. Because it is absolute existence. Nainam chindandi shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayanti apo, na shoshayati maruta. Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyo shoshiyevacha, nityaha. So says Bhagavad Gita. So says Bhagavad Gita. So it is immortal. It is imperishable. Tadetadakṣaraṃ Brahma. And this imperishable principle is Brahma. Everlasting existence. This is Brahma. So when we hear the term Brahman, of course, the concept of the macrocosm and the cause of it, basic cause or primary cause of the whole macrocosm, that will come to our mind. Because the term Brahma means from which everything are developing, evolving. Brahmanat Brahma. So the base of all manifestations is Brahman. And it is well explained in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Eto va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, et prayandyabhi samvishanti. There we can see a student approaches a guru and asks a question directly. Oh Bhagavan, please instruct me. What is Brahman? Immediately, Acharya says, Eto va imani bhutani jayante. You see around, you look around, Innumerable creatures are there. Innumerable beings are there. As they are, there must be a cause. Because without cause, nothing will come. So what is that? What is the basic cause of all these manifestations? So he is not saying, what is that? He is making the student think. He is asking the student to dive deep, to find out for himself. Yato va imani bhutani jayante. And see, those creators or those beings which are born are living, are staying. So what is giving that sustenance to them? What is giving that sustenance? In which they are sustaining? You think that. And all these manifestations will have to dissolve, will dissolve. There's no doubt in that. So unto which they are dissolving, unto which they are getting dissolved, you inquire this. Try to understand this. The vijñāsasva. Then the Rishi says that is Brahma. So it is the basic cause of all. It is the primary cause of all. So when we use the term Brahman, it will come into our mind as the primary cause of the whole macrocosm. Not the cause of a creature. The whole. And therefore, just after saying Brahma, it is said saprāṇah. That is the jiva. That is the individual self. That is the cosmic self. So there is no difference between the cosmic self and the individual self. Brahma saprāṇah. That is one meaning. In another way also we can think. Because Brahma is the basic cause of all. And prana is that which is energizing everything. Because it is the cosmic energy. It is the vitality. Prana. So both are same. What is the cause of the whole universe is that which is sustaining the universe. So the cause and the sustenance are the same. This is another meaning. So first meaning is the cosmic self and the individual self are one. Because that is Brahman, that is prana. And there we have to take the Shabda prana as to mean the individual self. And the second meaning is prana is that which is energizing the whole universe. Because it is the vitality, it is the white cosmic vital force. So the cause of the universe is energizing the world. Tad Brahma, sa pranaha, tad vāṅmanaḥ. At the same time, it is both vak and manas. Manas is the mind, And vak is the speech, organs of speech, and the mind. Here, by the term speech, we have to take all instruments, both senses of cognition and organs of action. And by the term manas, we have to take manas, buddhi, and all such internal instruments. So, this existence absolute is manifesting itself as all instruments. So, it is the self, it is the body, it is at the same time all the instruments through which we are manifesting, we are experiencing. So the ultimate truth, reality is one, nothing but one. So that is the message conveyed here. Tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma sa prāṇah tad vāṅmanaḥ. Then Rishi says, tadetatsatyaṃ. Tadetatsatyaṃ. Tad means that, edat means this. So this about which we are discussing is that highest truth, highest reality. It is supreme reality about which we are discussing now. So by the term etat, the subject matter of our discussion, that's why etat is used here. This is that absolute existence. Tadetat satyam, this is that reality. So the student here, the student of Upanishad, is a seeker. Seeker. He is studying not for acquiring some scholarship. Of course, that is a part of it. That's a part of it. But at the same time, the student of Upanishad is a seeker. And he is seeking what is the reality, what is the ultimate reality. What is the ultimate reality? So here it is exhorted. Tadetatsatyaṃ. This is that reality. You are inquiring that. That is this. So that which is manifested as the whole universe and as the individual self and the instruments of the individual, all are one and the same. Because there is nothing other than the existence absolute. When we are observing from the relative plane, we are seeing all these differences. All these differences. Body is there. There are also gross body, subtle body and all. And even within the subtle body, so many parts are there. So all sorts of differences are there when we are observing from the relative plane or from the physical plane. But when we go to the inner field, then we will realize this is the existence absolute which is manifesting as many. So tadetatsatyaṃ. Tadetatsatyaṃ. And tadetatsatyaṃ. Tadamṛtaṃ. See? See the beauty of the teaching. Because when we say edat, the first thing that comes to our mind is the world we are seeing around, the beings we are seeing or experiencing around. And all these are mortal beings. That is why the Rishi, just after saying tadetatsatyaṃ, says that is immortal. Tadamṛtaṃ. Tadamṛtaṃ. And hey somya, oh somya. We have seen this somya shabda many times. Because in almost all Upanishads, Acharya is calling his disciple by the term somya, somya, somya. Just on the sight of whom we will have inner happiness. He is somya. When we see a real seeker, it will give happiness. Oh somya. Tadveddhavyaṃ viddhi. Tadveddhavyaṃ. See, veddhavyaṃ. Veddhavyaṃ is something which is to be struck by an arrow or a bullet. Or if we are piercing with some knife, then also it is veddhavyaṃ. But normally we don't use like that. When we say veddhavyaṃ, it is something which is to be struck by arrows or bullets. So Rishi is saying, oh my dear, you please understand this to be an object of your arrows. You have to strike it. You must aim it. You must aim it. Veddhavyaṃ. Why the Guru is saying so? It is something to be realized that the Guru can say. It is something to be realized. Just as we can see in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Atmavare drashtavyaha. This is to be seen, or this is to be realized. But here it is said this is to be struck with an arrow. Why? Because, see, by teaching the highest goal with verbal gymnastics. It won't do. We have to use words, but we know here what is explained is about the realm of words and the mind. So it is unexplainable. But still, out of compassion, the Rishi is explaining. So, when the teacher says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that is the absolute reality, that is the absolute knowledge, and that is the absolute bliss, or limitless, Anantam, limitless. And when the student hears thousands and thousands of words which are naming Brahman, he may think, I understood. I know what is Brahman. I can teach unto the world. I can take classes. I will give lectures. Because Brahman is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Then, oh my boy, what is Satyam? Satyam is that which is existing. You see the world around. All these are having birth and death. So there is no absolute existence for them. And for them to exist, there must be some substratum which is the absolute existence, and that is the meaning of Satyam. We can explain all these things. But at the same time, this is not something to be explained. This is something to be realized. From that inner deep realization, words must flow. So the teacher, the Acharya is saying, this is not something to be discussed. This is not something to be taught. Or this is not something to be explained through words. But this is something to be struck with arrows. You have to reach that. You have to become one with that. Just as an arrow, when it enters the aim, whatever it is, it will become one with that. It will merge with that. It will pierce into the body of that. So this idea will come. This is not something to be discussed. This is something to be realized. For that, I have to work. I have to work. And that is sadhana. Without sadhana, this realization won't come. So that knowledge, that awareness will come. And therefore, the Acharya says, tadveddhavyaṃ viddhi. Viddhi means you understand. It is not a general statement. It is not a general statement. Because viddhi is specifically, I am speaking to you. It's a madhyama purusha prayoga. I am speaking to you. So you must listen this. You must understand this. Viddhi, you understand. Not everybody understands. You understand. So you must work for that. It is your duty to work for that. It is your responsibility. What is that? Veddhavyaṃ viddhi. This is something to be struck with an arrow. And what is that arrow? How we will strike it? What is that process? To use an arrow, there must be a bow. What is that? Who will do that? How I can do that? What should be the aim? How I have to do that? So many questions are there. And the answer is given in the next two mantras. So we have to learn these two mantras together. That is the third and fourth. We have to take together. That we will do in our next sitting. So here, the mantra is yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu yasmiṁllokā'nihitā lokinaśca tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma prāṇah tadu vāṅmanaḥ tadetatsatyaṃ tadamṛtaṃ tadveddhavyaṃ somya viddhi. This is the second mantra. Third and fourth, we will see in our next sitting. Namaste to all. So, if you want to ask anything, you can ask. If I know, I will reply.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
First question is from Dr. Kamalaji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Swamiji, this verse actually, whether it's a meditative verse or a vichara, for a vichara we have to take it, or for meditation and to know the unity of the samashti, srishti, that we have.
All in one. This mantra is that much pregnant with inner meanings. We can take it as a nididhyasana or a tool for nididhyasana. And of course, for Shravana also, just to hear in the very basic level, because there is yadarcimadyadaṇubhyoṇu. So it is for Shravana. And now it helps in doing manana. yasmiņllokā'nihitā lokinaśca. And tadetadakṣaraṃ brahma prāṇah tadu vāṅmanaḥ. So when we study this, naturally, we will go to the inner realms of self-inquiry. And that is nididhyasana. And at the same time, when the Acharya says tadveddhavyaṃ, he puts a responsibility he says, this is your task. This you have to do. So, this mantra, it is helping in manana, that is vichara, contemplation, and also nididhyasana, deep meditation. And at the same time, it teaches the oneness of the samashti and vyashti, the oneness of Atma and Brahman. So all these are there in this mantra. Namaste.
There are no more questions, Swamiji.
Very good.
Swamiji,
Already tired.
tired after a long journey.
Much tired. And Actually, this body is becoming better and better. I was too tired last month. I had to cancel many programs. And now it is coming back.
You just
But
died
still,
from
the doctor is saying. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः Bhadram पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिर् व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम